Unfortunately, we have to end the day on some just like really bad news, okay? Mass Effect bros, we've been down for a very, very, very long time. Depending on your taste, okay? You might have been turned off by Mass Effect 3. It's been a minute since I played it. That's an ending that got so much hate that on my initial playthrough, like I've only played through Mass Effect 3 twice, I think twice, because yeah, running through it the first time and then the past couple of, God, it's been like 5, God, it might actually be even longer than 5 years since I played through it again, but yeah, whereas I played through Mass Effect 1 at least a half dozen times, Mass Effect 2 as many times. Mass Effect 3 I got to come back around to because yeah, the whole kid thing was a little bit stupid, but if we could get back to that level of quote-unquote bad games, I think we would be so much better off as an industry. But I think I can rest assured by saying that Mass Effect Andromeda in 2018, yeah, that would have served as a low point for the franchise and for fans of that franchise. That was a game, like I've said before multiple times, it put me off playing games for years. I was already kind of getting sick of the industry, like Final Fantasy 15 was driving me insane with its banality. FPSs outside of RPGs, my other favorite genre, it was just so much mundanity that was out there. There was a little to no innovation, and all of these season passes were starting to come in, and Halo was at the dumps, and there was nothing new and interesting happening with Gears of War. So yeah, I was just kind of done with it, and Andromeda was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. So to hear that Bioware, Jesus Christ, coming hot off the heels of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Well, hey guys, you know, they're confirming that they're still working on it. I bet. So yes, in a blog post on the studio's website for N7 Day. Remember when that used to be a thing? Oh, when you actually used to get cool key art. Now it's, yeah, don't worry guys, the franchise isn't dead. Great. Mass Effect executive producer Mike Gamble wanted to set the record straight after rumors began to circulate that the game wasn't going to be moving forward. The studio says that not only is the next Mass Effect game in development, but EA and Bioware remain committed to telling more stories in this universe. And that's wonderful. How about you just get back to telling a good story in the universe? Gamble says that the team is heads down and focused exclusively on Mass Effect after what they said was an incredibly busy last few years. Yeah, like packing up and throwing out your friends that are getting fired and working on absolute fucking dog shit like Veilguard, burning hundreds of millions of dollars on productions like Anthem. I mean, yeah, they've been very busy. Gamble says that the team, we have a lot of universe to cover, lots of features to build, and lots of romances to figure out. God, why would you highlight that? It was always so, okay, that was one of those things that was synonymous with Mass Effect, where you'd always just, bang one of your closest teammates right before the climactic mission, pun somewhat intended. But those scenes were always fucking cringe. It was just two cardboard cutouts rubbing together. But yeah, you already know exactly where their heads are at this one. So yeah, we're excited by what we're building, and we promise you that when we're ready, it'll be a lot of fun to show. Until then, thank you for your patience, because y'all are thirsty for some news, and I see you looking at the secret meaning in my tweets. Now, to be completely honest, it may be years ago, but at this point in time, yeah, I don't think anybody's really jonesing for more of your current Mass Effect content. But yes, rumors have been circulating, rather, about the state of Mass Effect and Bioware for months, yes, after the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. God, it's been a year, huh? Sure would be a shame if we did a retrospective and a look back a year later after Bioware and how it, or rather the Veilguard, and how it affected the sale of EA, how it killed off a franchise. Nobody would be thinking about doing a video like that in the near future, coming out in like the next month or so. No, couldn't possibly be doing that. Even a number of current Bioware employees expressed concern for, what could happen to the studio after the sale, the $55 billion sale of EA by the Saudi Public Investment Fund. God, that was a glorious spurg out from last year. From last month, rather. Because everybody that's still working at Bioware, who has a tangential connection to that once great studio, kind of knows that their days are numbered, and the future of the franchise, the future of the many franchises that they had helped create and curate and create great installments for, aren't really going to be in their hands anymore, okay? Because whatever Mass Effect 5 looks like, whoever's going to ultimately release it, whoever's going to put the finishing touches on it, if it's going to be Bioware Swan Song, or if a new studio is going to end up limping it across the finish line, we are probably still years away from that. But of course, the next upcoming installment in the Mass Effect franchise is a goddamn TV series that I do not want at all whatsoever. We have seen with what care and attention a lot of these terrible video game adaptations have wrought I know, what is it, Fallout, the Fallout Season 2 is, what, just a couple of days away, and I can't wait for people to go, oh wow, it's kind of a step down from Season 1, and then by the end of the season, oh wow, maybe actually it wasn't that good of a show to begin with. Then you also have, what, The Last of Us TV show? And do we even need to talk about the different movies stealing their premise from gaming wholesale? It's like, it's never been good. And so why would I think that something that has such a high concept like Mass Effect would ever be properly translated to television? No, it's just not going to happen. But back in 2021, Amazon was in talks to develop a Mass Effect TV series. The popular video game franchise from Bioware has been around since 2007. Yes, set in the future, the military drama puts players in the middle of humanity trying to find its place among aliens out in the galaxy. Oh, it's just, it really is a universe. Like, okay, the producer talking about the future of the series, he wasn't wrong by saying that it is a very lush and lavish and just a ripe for adaptation and expansion universe. But it's just not going to happen, is it? Anyways, but now we finally have an update about the adaptation. The Mass Effect TV series is officially in development at Amazon MGM Studios, according to Variety. We don't know much more than that, but what we do know is that the Mass Effect TV show has found its showrunner, which is, well, it's interesting, okay? The first big piece of truly big news for Prime Video's Mass Effect series since the show was announced, as Prime Video has revealed who will serve as a showrunner for the series. Chief of Wars Doug Jung, I don't know what that is, will take on the role of Mass Effect showrunner. Jung has worked on Netflix's Mindhunter. Okay, so he's worked under David Fincher, so that's pretty good. And Cinemax's Banshee and HBO's Big Love. I know Big Love was well regarded. So okay, this is somebody who has somewhat of a pedigree. Don't know how familiar he is with Mass Effect, but somebody who is a veteran of the series. Jennifer Hale, FemShep voice actor Jennifer Hale, wants the original cast to be a part of the TV show. Exactly, man. Like, if you're going to be doing an adaptation of Mass Effect, instead of just stealing the iconography, like, you have a bunch of very well fleshed out characters that are there. Like, it would just seem so weird to have a Mass Effect show, but then not have Garrus, not have Tali, Joker, and why am I blanking on Keith David's name? Former commander of the Normandy. Oh my god. Anyways, like I said, it's been a minute since I played the games. But when an adaptation takes place, fans are always wondering how the cast and characters of the original incarnation, yes, will feature into the mix. Of course, we don't have answers yet, but Mass Effect's voice actor Jennifer Hale thinks the original cast needs to be involved as much as possible. She shares that, firstly, that she would love to return as Shepard in a TV show if given the chance, noting you always get a yes vote from me on Shepard coming back in any form, and we love her for it. Even though I've seen many playthroughs of Mass Effect, but I personally, maybe that's something that I got to do. I got to do a FemShep playthrough because I've never done that before. You know, yes, it was such a gift, and it's a gift I will always be extremely joyful to receive, and that's wonderful, man. Just hearing people being thankful and grateful and respectful to the franchises that, you know, really elevated their careers. Jennifer Hale, you know, is a very vaunted voice actress, but I think that she's probably most associated with FemShep. I don't think I'm out of line by pointing that out, but unfortunately for her, you know, we've got some additional information on that because the Mass Effect TV series not adapting the original trilogy. Oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, it's just going to be another skin suit adaptation, right? Where you're just going to take some of the iconography and you're just going to slap it onto whatever hack story you want to write. Fan-fucking-tastic. Amazon's Mass Effect series won't be an adaptation of the original Commander Shepard trilogy, confirms BioWare and EA. Even so, or even more so rather, it'll be original story set after Mass Effect 3. Oh, for fuck's sake. So you're just going to try to... Is this a way to retcon Andromeda? I'd be fine with that. Mass Effect series is rightly become the premier narrative-driven game and a must-play for any gamer. I cannot highly recommend it enough. It is just... I love it. I love it so much. Despite an okay third entry, hey now, the first two games are some of the best RPG content on the market, even after almost 2 decades. The last entry in the series, we don't need to talk about that. Last year, Amazon announced that yes, it would be making a Mass Effect TV series for Prime Video. Now we know a bit more about the direction that they're going, and it's well, they say interesting, I'll say shitty. As part of N7 Day, yes, celebrating the USS Normandy in the game, a new blog was posted by Mike Gamble, referencing this again. The writer's room is going strong, and we've got a lot figured out about how it fits within the Mass Effect canon, like you cared about that with Andromeda, and where it sits in respect to the new game. Now, the show will explore a brand new story within the universe's timeline and will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story because, after all, that's your story, isn't it? Even though, you know, the criticisms of the ending of Mass Effect 3, was it really your story? Anyways, as Gamble said, the show is now in the writing stage and will surprisingly not adapt the original trilogy. Fucking why, man? You got the Reapers that are set up right there, so are you just gonna run them back? Like, doesn't make any sense. Okay. This means that, more than likely, Commander Shepard and the Normandy crew will not be in attendance. However, despite being an original story, it will take place after the events of Mass Effect 3. So what exactly does that mean? Because I think Andromeda was set, God, it was at least several generations. I think I'd be out of pocket to put a specific time frame on it, but it was at least decades. It might have been centuries after the fact. And so how useless. You just want to tell a generic sci-fi story, but once again, you just want recognizable brand iconography because you knew that your own concept couldn't stand on itself. Amazon is out there just buying licensing rights like they're going out of style. So yeah, slap the Mass Effect branding on it. They know that video game adaptations are going to see a big upswing in the years to come. So yeah, we can see exactly what's playing out before our eyes. And I'm thinking that we're probably heading towards another Witcher situation. Or in the fact that this is Amazon, probably another Rings of Power or Wheel of Time situation. I can't fucking wait. Actually, I can. I'll wait until the end of my days before I watch this. But anyway, so with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.